Hello everyone, this is Ronnie Jack ICT Academy, and this is your instructor for today, and welcome to our first class in Microsoft Excel. Our quote of the day says, if we have the attitude that it's going to be a great day, it usually will be. Let's move into what we have on our agenda for the day. I'm going to minimize this and I'm going to bring out this view. So here we are in this tutorial, we are going to be seeing our introduction to Microsoft Excel. We are going to get an overview of Microsoft Excel. We are going to see how the Excel environment looks like. So what is Microsoft Excel? Microsoft Excel is an application package which is also a spreadsheet package that is used for mathematical, financial, and statistical purposes and more. So we use Excel for calculations majorly. We use it to calculate different aspects of life, which include mathematics, which include financial accountability, statistics, engineering, trigonometry, and so much more. Excel can do so much more, and we are going to be looking into what Excel can do in this tutorial. Our keynote here is Excel is a spreadsheet of columns and rows. So definitely we are going to be seeing that as we are actually looking through our Excel environment. Okay. Now our second keynote there says the intersection of the columns and row is called a cell. It's called a cell. Let me quickly. It's called a cell. The little point at the bottom right of a cell is called a null. It's called a null. So these are little keynotes that we are going to be seeing as we get into our Excel environment. So how can we get into our Excel environment? Let's first of all, you can see that at my tax bar here, I can see a logo for Excel. So if you have this logo or this symbol on your system, that means Excel has been pinned to your tax bar. Just click on it, a single click on it will open up Microsoft Excel. And here we go. I'm going to close this. Simply we can also open Excel by going to our start button. Click on our start button, scroll down and click on Excel. Here we go again. Then for the last one, we can click on this, click on the alphabet, click on our E. Here we are having our Excel. We can also click on that, or simply come to this search button and type in Excel. Then you can see Excel as the application. So I'm just going to click on that and it's going to bring me to this. I'm going to zoom in this, maximize it. So now once you open Excel, this is going to be the first page you actually see. And in this place you are seeing our blank workbook, our expense report, billing statement, blood pressure tracker, loan amortization. So all this after the blank workbook from the expense result down to this time card are all templates. So templates are pre-designed spreadsheet in Excel or pre-designed file document that you need at a go. You don't have to start designing them from scratch. You just click on them and you start making use of them. And I'm going to click on my personal monthly budget just for us to get an overview of what a template means. So now we have the personal monthly budget, as you can see in this place. I just predefined what text or predefined spreadsheets that we can actually make use. We don't have to start designing them from the scratch. So it's already been designed, it's already been worked upon. All what we just have to do is just to start inserting our figures into it and start making changes according to how it has been defined. So here we have so many headings like our pets, personal care, food, insurance, savings or investment, gifts and donations, legal. So this would definitely help you go a long way in making sure that you keep a track change or keep a track record of your personal savings. Right now, so this is just what the template, the personal monthly budget is all about. This is just what the template is all about. You can make little changes or almost no changes at all, but if you wish to make a change, you can. But there are some things that you just can't touch because it has been already pre-formatted. So that's why we are calling it a template. So I'm just going to go back to file. This is my file. Oh, and before then, I'm going back to my file and I'm going to click on new so I can actually access my blank workbook. So we are going to be using a blank workbook throughout this tutorial because you really want to start some things by yourself. And though there are more templates out there, but there are few of them that will actually suit your need or that will actually make you do some certain task that you have to just do by yourself. There are many of them, but it's only few or even less or almost none that will actually give you your desired specification. So that is why we are going to be working with a blank workbook throughout this tutorial, and we can show you some series of formats and series of designs. I'll click on my blank workbook. I'm going to close this. Don't save. Click on this. I'm going to maximize. So now this is our original view of our blank document. As you can see, no text, no format, everything just looks plain. So right now I'm going to take you to the 5 places or the 5 things that you need to know about the Excel environment. So the first part that's having the book 1, you can see a title book 1 Excel. You can also see the sign in and rest. So these are all applicable to most or almost all of the Microsoft packages, like your Excel, you have your PowerPoint, you have your Word, you have your Publisher, you have your Access. So most things, even your Outlook, they all have these 3 things in common. So the first one is our title bar, which has the name of the document that you are going to work with. The second one is the menu bar, which holds the formatting toolbar according to what it says. So for every once we click on insert, you discover that all what we are going to be doing is to insert certain documents or certain formats into our spreadsheet. So home, so we have formatting toolbar. So this one is just to customize our font and to do some other functionalities. So right now, so here we are seeing something new. If we have gone through the word, tutorial, you will discover that this is new, and you discover that the color has actually changed from a blue to a green. So anywhere you see a green, you definitely want to take that as an Excel spreadsheet. Majorly, if you see a blue, you know that that's a word, and if you see something like a red, then definitely that's going to be a PowerPoint. But not 100% sure, but most of the time it is actually so. So here in this place, this is what I refer to as the formula bar. This place, I'm going to refer this as the formula bar. This place, I will refer it as what? As the name box or the cell identity. Name box or the cell identity. And right here, we are going to see list of alphabet. So this is the column side. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and it extends down to a very long list of names. So in Excel, it will be very difficult for an individual to actually exhaust the amount of spreadsheets that it's actually here. The rows are wide and the columns are extremely enormous. So right now you can see at this side we are having the numbers. We are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the numbers are on the row side. So let's quickly go back to our, so I'm going to be using this as our notebook for today. So as you can see, they say Excel is a spreadsheet. I have highlighted this of columns. Columns are having the alphabetic side. So the columns are the alphabetic side, where we have our A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and our row is the numeric side, which is having our figures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just going to do a quick moving so we can say, let's see how far this thing can go. Wow, from Z we are having A, B, A, C, that is on the column side, and we keep going. Let's keep going. So this is C, U, V, C, W. Wow, very long list. So let's see if we are going to be ending at the ZZ. So let's keep going. So O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So wow, so there's A. Wow. Triple A. So it's going to go all over and all over again. So I'm going to drag this back, come back to my A, and we're having our row here number. So I'm going to scroll down. Let's see how far we can get. 100, 150. Okay, so I'm just going to do something here. I'm going to click on my name box. I'm going to click 206. So let's see if it's more than 20,000. 20,000. Oh, this 20,000. Can we increase it a little bit? Let's say 500,000. Oh, 500,000. So the rows can expand to more than 500,000. So that means we have lots of space. So we have lots of space. So I'm going to click back to my A1. So as you can see, we have lots of space for our Excel, which we can't even consume. So it's just a wonderful thing by Microsoft to have actually make this package available. So so let's move quickly to something else. So the intersection between the row the row and the column, or the column and the row, is called cell. So for everywhere I click, there's always an intersection. So the intersection of the B and the 2 is called a cell. And as you can see, the name box has actually changed, or I can say the cell identity has actually changed. If for everywhere we click, there will be always an intersection as far as it's within the spreadsheet. So now it's C2, we get in C4, D5, A9, G10. So all of these are actually the cell name. And as you can see, let's go back to this. So we say the intersection of columns and row is called a cell. Alright, so they say the little point at the bottom right of a cell is called a node. So the little bottom, so just as we are having at the bottom right of a cell, that is called a node. And this node has several functionality that we are going to be familiarizing ourselves with in this tutorial. So this is going to be our workspace, and all what we are going to be doing, we will be making use of this environment. And also, as you can see, we have our sheet here, we have our sheet 1. So Excel has made it very easy, unlike Word that we have to keep making different files, different documents separately. So in Excel, we can compress all multiple files or multiple workbook or multiple spreadsheets in a single file. I'm having book 1, sheet 1, so I can expand this sheet up to 5 by just clicking on the plus, plus, and plus. So now you can see I'm having 5 different sheets in one workbook, and that is to say that it can expand as much as I want it to be. I don't know if there's any limitation yet because I haven't exhausted. I haven't used more than 10 sheets or more than 15 sheets in a workbook, but I believe that it's going to take more than that because this is Excel and this is ICT, and computers are super fast and they have the capabilities of doing much more. Alright, so let's take a look at what we are going to be doing today. So as I have said earlier, Excel is a spreadsheet package and its function is to calculate, just calculating stuff. So right now I'm going to head over here and I'm going to say number. I'm going to say number. So So right near, so in between this alphabet, there's a line, and this line we can use to expand. As you can see, we have expanded our cell, and we can also use to what? To compress. So I'm going to compress this. As you can see, I've compressed my cell. So likewise, at the row side, I can expand and I can also compress. So let's get an overview of what Excel does. So right now I'm going to click on number 2. So let me change this one to number 1 and number 2. So in this place, I'm just going to put addition, subtraction. Let me expand this. Addition, subtraction. So we have more. Multiplication, then we also have division. So in this number 1, I'm going to use large numbers pretty much. Number 2, let's make this single. I'm going to make this single. Alright, so here we go. So we are going to add up these numbers, and we're going to see what Excel can do. So this is just a simple overview of what we can do with Excel. So in our addition, this is what we do. So we can say, okay, let's say we want to add 2 numbers. We can say 46 plus 4. And we're pressing our enter. Now 46 plus 4 is not giving us any result. 46 plus 4 is not giving us any result. Why is it not giving us any result? It's because Excel does not understand this. Excel is taking it just as a normal word or a normal sentence. So for us to start our calculations in Excel, the first thing we have to do is to put in our equals to sign. Our equals to sign tells Excel that we want to perform a mathematical function, we want to perform a calculation, and Excel will do exactly what it's been told to do immediately after the equals to sign. And as we press the enter key, you can see you are having 50. And our node is a special instrument which we can use. So I'm just going to come down here and give it a simple overview of what our node can do. So right here I'm going to put 1. So our node can actually help us to duplicate. So we don't have to start typing 1 manually. It's going to take in lots of time. So our node will simply do that for us fast and easy. Also, our node can do so many things for us. So I can put 1 and I can fill in series. I'll highlight, click on this tiny box at the bottom right. I'm going to click on this drop down, then I'm going to click on fill series. Now you can see it has autofill everything serially, 1, 2, 3, 4 down to 9. So the same thing is what our node can actually do. So there are several things that our node can do. And let's say I fill this place with, I change the text color to purple and I drag down. It's going to give me one or two. Clicking at this place, I can click on fill formatting only. You see, it only changes the color and still retains the number. I can also come here, let's say we change the color, the fill color. I'm going to use something light into this, into a very light blue also. I'm going to drag down, click on this. I'm going to say fill formatting only. Now you can see it has given everything the same color. Is that alright? So I'm going to delete everything. I'm going to clear all. Alright, so coming back to what we are doing before the little demonstration of what a node is. So if I simply drag down, you see it's giving me 50, 50, everything 50. And before then, I can't say as you would come and do. It will be very tedious for me to do each individual line this way and say equals to 90 plus 8. So, and coming back here, I'm doing equals to 87 plus 7. So there will be no, so assuming I'm having 1,000 rows, 1,000 rows to actually work with. So that means doing it individually is going to be time consuming, and there is no reduction of work here. There is no difference doing it manually with our traditional book or with our traditional record keeping that we do. So systems are there, computers are there as aided, as aid, as help to complete tasks with little time, tedious tasks with little time. So one thing about Excel is that Excel does not know what you type in to a cell. It doesn't know. It knows, it holds information, but it does not know. It doesn't know. What Excel can identify is the cell name. Is the cell name, which is the what? The A2. So each cell has a name, or each cell has an identity. So Excel will use its identity to actually figure out what type of data is being imputed. So I'm going to head back to this place. I'm going to delete all of this. So now I'm going to click in enter. So I'm going to type in the cell ID where this number is. So I'm going to put in my A2. I'm going to say A2. Now you see it has highlighted, it has given it a blue color. That is to tell you Excel is giving you an identity to make sure you know the cell that you are working with, to identify the correct cell that you want to be working with, or that you are actually working with, so you won't have to make unnecessary errors. And I'm going to insert my plus sign, which is found on my keyboard. So this is the plus sign, the addition sign in Excel. And I'm going to also insert the cell identity for this individual, this figure 4. So, and the cell ID for it, or the name box, is B2. Now you can see Excel has given it two different colors, two distinct different colors for you to identify the cells that we are working with. And as soon as we identify the cells that we are working with, then we can now press enter on our keyboard. Pressing enter on my keyboard, as you can see, it's giving me 50, and I'm going to drag down from my node. Now it's giving me 72, which is correct. Definitely coming down 98 and coming down up through. So as you can see, it's very fast for each and every one that will be working with a spreadsheet using Excel specifically. It's going to be very fast. So if we have 1,000 rows or 100 of columns, definitely using our node will be more faster, and since it has automatically filled up everything, it's going to be less tedious than typing it manually. So let's move to our subtraction. We start with equals to, so let's say A2 minus B2. Click on enter. So I'm going to drag down. Multiplication, we go to equals to, say A2 multiply by B2. Click on it. So this are multiplication. Division, I'm going to say A2 equals to A2 divide B2. Click on enter. We are going to drag down. So these are our results. So you can use your calculator to confirm any of these. Pretty much sure that Excel is correct. So if as soon as we are done, so I always advise anytime we are using Excel to always give colors, use colors to actually identify. So I will come down, I'm going to align these two numbers since they are both numbers. Come to this field, I can give them a very wonderful color. I can give all of these colors too. I'm going to give them individual colors to differentiate. Just to differentiate. Colors for pencils to make. Alright, so colors will definitely help you to separate your data types, and it will be much easier for someone to interpret your data by seeing different colors and knowing that each color signifies different things. And lastly, as you can see, we have lost our lines in this place. By the time you look at this corner, you can see like a little lines to show separation between ourselves, but we actually lost that in this place. So by the time we go to our file, let's look at our print. So you see that there are no lines on our print preview. So these are our print preview. You are going to see that we are not having lines in this place. So for us to add our line, I'm going to highlight this for a start. Click on this one. I'm going to click on all borders and go back to my print preview. You can see we are having lines to show separation between of I'm going to highlight all of this. I can simply click no. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click outside border. So it's going to give me my outer line. So there's an outer line in our work. I can also highlight this same one. Click here, you can say okay. I'm just going to use all borders. I'm going to use all borders so as to show the lines in between. So as we look at our print, we are going to see we are having our lines to show separation. And that is it for this tutorial. See you in the next one. Do have a wonderful day.